four-star wide receiver. He comes in fourth in the NFL in receiving yardage.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. It is Week 16 in the NFL, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Dragons of Houston taking on the Houston Texans. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Texan ball club entering play here. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south in stopping this streak.
On the other side of the field for our visitors here, it's been perfection so far. They come in here unbeaten at 14-0.
And just 2 wins away from doing something only 2 teams have ever done. But the most important thing for them now is to make it to the postseason in one piece.
And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. Looking to throw. Man. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And now 2 yards to go on third down. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Off the bootleg. Man. Can't get away, and he's taken down. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on third down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
The Texans send the punter out. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. And taken right at the 35. 13 yards the tally on the return there. And out will come the offense as they take over. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
And he's certainly putting together an MVP-type season, leading the league in both passing yards and touchdown passes. There have not been too many defenses that have been able to stop him or even slow him down. So he's got his sights set on another big game right here.
And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49. The numbers for him from a week ago. And Charles, how do you think he ran the football?
I thought he definitely had his moments. I did think that they could have utilized him a little bit better, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on him to see how they're going to use him this week.
Now Lawrence to throw on second down. And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
It goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Out now comes the Houston offense as you take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Here now, a 3rd and 20. Back to throw. Man. Quick throw there is incomplete.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. Taken right around the 44. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Lawrence with a quick throw outside. That's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the Texans.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's long, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Hey, Charles, you think about this offense, and it's kind of a tricky time of the season because you're 14-0, looking to see this one out to the end, but you start to run into situations where guys are getting a little banged up. Maybe could use some time sharing, some time on the bench, just to rest. How do you approach the rest of this regular season?
I'm telling you, you don't ask the easy stuff, do you? I mean, you created a heck of a situation there, and actually you didn't create it. You presented it, and you're exactly right. It is tricky because your eye has to be on the ultimate prize, which is the Super Bowl. That's paramount. But at the same time, how much fun would it be to go down as one of the all-time great teams and join the 1972 Dolphins as the only undefeated team to win a Super Bowl?
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Nash. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 4 at the 21-yard line.
Now Lawrence. He finds his man complete. That's Nash. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Here we go now on 1st and goal. Lawrence going to throw again. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
A pickup of 2 brings up 2nd and goal at the 6-yard line.
Here's Lawrence to throw. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. Blanketed coverage by Houston. Makes it 4th down.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But it proved...
And this one is right through. And that'll make it 3-0 here in the 1st.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans.
Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Looking to throw. Man, out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down. But you look at this defense. It's quite a unit, that's for sure. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
And when you're getting ready to face the number 1 overall offense in the NFL, it does not matter where you rank defensively because you got your hands full. You don't know what you're going to face, but you know that it's a strong unit that you're getting ready for.
2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
I have to admit I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face.
And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. On 3rd down, man. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. The Texans send the punter out as he's on here to punt it away. And he's getting a workout here in this 1st quarter as he gets it away. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And they'll throw on 1st down with Lawrence. He finds his man, complete. That's Nash. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down. Up the middle they go. Long. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
On play action, Lawrence. He finds his man, complete. That's Nash. His 4th catch already in this 1st quarter. It's a 1st down.
1st down, Houston.
Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. He finds his man, complete. It's Nash. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They go play action now. Lawrence throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18.
The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. On second down, Lawrence.
Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard.
Now Lawrence to throw.
Touchdown! A great effort there. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
Certainly there are good things about quick strike offenses that score fast, but a long drive can also work to your advantage as well.
In so many ways, Brandon, because number one, you get them tired, but the big one is mentally. They can't figure out how to slow you down, how to get off the field, how to get the ball back. They go to the bench wondering, what are we going to do next time in order to stop those guys?
Point after, right down the middle.
And the lead grows to 10-0.
So that drive in total 8 plays. And the result, a Houston touchdown.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Houston's offense taking over again. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Throwing to start the drive. Man, it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. To throw on second down. Man, quick hitter here, it's complete. Call it a gain of a yard, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Third down.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And this will be a Texans first down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
Well, that was big right there because they're the bottom 5 in the league in converting on third down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, third down conversions. So they got one there. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be second down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 46-yard line.
Back to throw. Man. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Man. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll make it second down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 40-yard line.
Back to throw again. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Blanketed coverage by Houston makes it 4th down. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on down. They come up empty here on 4th. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48.
Out is their quarterback with this offense to take over once more. He threw a touchdown pass last time they had it.
And he'll look to get him in the end zone again here as they start with a first down. Lawrence. And a quick throw here, that's complete. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be second down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 45-yard line.
They go play action with Lawrence. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. Now Lawrence. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Lawrence. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Lawrence will throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Now Lawrence. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. With touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. In the second quarter, and already his 2nd touchdown reception.
Absolutely the definition of a difference maker here in this first half. Clearly one of his quarterback's favorite targets in this game, and I figure he's going to draw a little more attention and coverage moving forward.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes our score 17-0.
17. Texans nothing.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
On 1st and 10, man. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
Back to throw. Man. And that's incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Taken down. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. The Texans send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Fielded just inside the 20. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. Houston's offense taking over again.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
On second down, it's long. And he's into the clear. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there with touchdown number 23 here on the year.
And the Dragons are able to add on to their first half lead. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring. And another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
The extra point splits the uprights, and the rout is on here in this first half.
Texans nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27.
And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. The Texans send the punter out as he's on for the 5th time here today. This is fielded at the 27. It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here.
16 yards. First down, Dragons.
Now Lawrence on 1st down.
We're going to get a stoppage as, yeah, that looks like Jackson who's shaken up.
And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down.
So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Play action. It's Lawrence.
Quick hitter here. It's complete. 2 yards on the pickup there. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action.
Lawrence hit and the ball is free. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble.
So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue, because after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He finds his man, complete. That's Shelton. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Throwing on 1st down. Man. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
Houston's offense taking over again. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Creeping up on a minute to play in this 1st half.
At the 49-yard line.
Here's Lawrence.
Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down.
Looking to throw, Lawrence.
He finds his man, complete. That's Nash. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the 1st half.
2nd and 6.
They'll look to throw again. He finds his man, complete. It's long. Give him 5 on the screenplay, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
The key to any screenplay is all in the deception, and that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. It's a throw again is Lawrence.
Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive.
1st down, Dragons.
Final play of the half. It's Lawrence. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
And his kick here is good. And that will do it for this 1st half. So we've reached halftime here on Christmas Day, as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. Happy holidays to you all at home as we take you around the NFL on this 25th day of December. We'll start up at TIAA Bank Stadium in Jacksonville. And it's the home side who have the lead as they play the 2nd quarter. The Orbit trying to gut this one out, as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. From there, we head a little further north up to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. The Mounties looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. Finally, let's take the trip across the Atlantic. See what's happening over in London. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. The Black Knights seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. The question to be asked, where does this game go from here as we are back at it now on EA Sports? And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled it to 15. This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. Now, the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game.
He's got a man complete, and he's going to step out of bounds all the way down on the other side of midfield. A huge play there for Houston. 41 yards.
Everything's been going right here in this one. This offense, they've been in complete control from the outset. And here's another big play. These kind of routes have been open all game long, and they continue to take advantage.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Lawrence throwing the out route incomplete. It's Nash. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Add this game to the last one, and they moved the ball over 50 yards in 2 plays. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Operating from the gun, Lawrence throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On 3rd down, Lawrence. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
No surprise to see his sideline fired up by that big play. Heck, we're fired up, and we're supposed to be neutral. That's a quarterback putting his body on the line to fight and just barely get the first down. When he does something like that, it gets everyone ready to lay it all out there and try and match his intensity.
Behind the chains, 2nd and 13. And now they'll throw it with Lawrence. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Dragons take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And, Charles, we haven't even hit the 4th quarter yet.
Well, forget the deficit, right? They're really not going to cut into that a heck of a lot. But how can they get out of here with some dignity? Can they get a stop or two? Can they make a play on offense themselves? Anything to start to feel better about what's happened to them here in this one.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Here's the ground. And a short pickup to about the 25. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
To throw on third down. Man. Pressure comes and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to fourth down.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. The Texans send the punter out, standing just outside his own goal line. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Take it at the 37.
Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
19 yards there on the catch and run. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Now Lawrence.
A short one here, secured by the tight end Waller. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
First down, Houston.
Here's Lawrence to throw.
And that is incomplete here.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Now Lawrence to throw on second down. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
I would describe the way that he's played today as mature. He's already moved on mentally from that incompletion, and he's more than ready to throw his next pass downfield.
Throwing again here. It's Lawrence. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on third down.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further.
I got to think at this point, third quarter, if you're able to hold on to the ball, get 3 at the end, that's all you're looking for.
I would agree with that, because right now, this is a job well done by them. In fact, it's almost time for handshakes, a little dap on the sidelines, maybe even start to discuss post-game plans. And for the guys who haven't played yet, go ahead and get loose. Your time is now.
On first down, man, he's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. No gain on the play, and it's second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
The passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
On first down, Long. And he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage. This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
And it's third down.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain of 22. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Nash. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be second down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 21-yard line.
From the gun, it's Lawrence. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
That is caught, and he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will, and he's got a first down to boot. Now Lawrence to throw. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Dragons extend their lead yet again. Well, on the other sideline right now, it's just absolute dejection. But, Charles, let's focus on the positive. With the lead that they built here, they've done pretty much everything to perfection in this ball game.
They certainly have. Makes me think that their week of preparation was excellent, and they flowed into this game, and it carried over. And right now, I don't expect them to back off at all. They're playing so well, they just want to keep it going.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to.
Incomplete.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the third quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3-and-out.
Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. A call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Here we go. Yellow, ready.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
On second down, here's Lawrence. He finds his man, complete. That's long. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
The partner is still in the third quarter, but they've got this one well in hand and still airing it out with gusto and picking up some nice gains.
And even in lopsided games like this, you don't really see starters get lifted or the foot come off the gas before the fourth quarter. No one wants to leave any doubt when they're playing well. They just want to continue the process.
They'll run on first down. It's long. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
On second down now. It's long. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
Now Lawrence.
And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
On second down, it's long. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Lawrence will throw. Throw out wide is incomplete.
The frustration evident there because he couldn't find anyone on 3rd down, and he left no doubt that he was throwing that one away.
They bring their punter out there now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Now a 2nd and 10.
To throw again. Man. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and they're still.
And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Houston, and this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. The big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably got some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. On second down now. It's long. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
116 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
First down, Dragons.
Black one. Check pink. Ready?
On first down, Long. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Dragons add another 6 points to what's going to be a blowout victory. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all three phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back through the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we haven't been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Extra point splits the uprights. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. And now out comes Houston. Facing a big fourth quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Looking to throw. Man. And that's incomplete.
Incomplete on the throwaway. Brings up 3rd down and 6 yards to go.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun. Man. And that will be incomplete. The Texans send the punter out as he'll come on to kick this one away. .43 yards on the punt. 7-yard return. Houston set to take over. And Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. That one's good for 35 yards on the ground and a 1st down. And that last run good enough to have him surpass for his career, get this folks, 12,000 rushing yards.
And how about this? You're in shouting distance now of the top 10 all-time rushers in NFL history. And in short order now, you've got Thurman Thomas, Franco Harris, Marcus Allen, and Edgerrin James right ahead of you. He can zoom past them with just a few more carries.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now a handoff up the middle. Long. And they'll get to him just inside the 15. Even after the strong run we just saw, they're able to corral him quickly defensively. 219 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Charles, they're still airing it out at this point despite that huge lead. And some people may be saying, well, why are they throwing the football? These guys, I guess, are just padding their stats at this point.
Yeah, there are a lot of big grins, I think, from people in their families, from themselves. You're exactly right. Pad the stats when you get an opportunity. It'll certainly help you come contract time.
Well, ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, You never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And his first throw since coming in is incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
On third down, Cantrell able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down. Back to throw. Cantrell. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
From the 38 now, here's a 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I get
yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. For a lot of people, MVP award means a quarterback award usually, but over 100 yards again last week. They're going to have to look his way more than once when giving out this award this season, I think.
Yeah, it's not just the consistency. It's been some plays that we've seen where we talk about it for weeks thereafter. That's what we're getting out of him. Over 100 yards last week. Expects to continue that in this game, too.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's long, and he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
They'll run on first down. It's long.
Brought down at the 20.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
On 2nd down. It's long. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
He's brought down at the 15-yard line. A 5-yard pickup on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Up the middle they go. Long. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
For the winning team here, Charles, that's about as big and clean of a win as you could hope for in the National Football League. No turnovers. Meanwhile, you forced turnovers. You didn't allow any points, and you put up a bunch of points. What an effort.
And, Brandon, I just have to ask you, that's all the stuff that we saw happen today. Those are statistics, numbers, the whole deal. But my question is, how does one team come ready to play, and the other one, obviously, not ready at all?
Boy, I mean, I obviously don't have an answer to that, but that was the story from the get-go. One side was awake and ready, and the other just seemed asleep. So for Houston, they are now 2 wins away from a perfect regular season as they run their mark to 15-0 on the year.
And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Jacksonville to take on the Jaguars. Meanwhile, for Houston, they hit double digits in losses as they fall to 5-10. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.